Do it through Credit Karma, man. That's the easiest way to see and understand for me, because they got they give you weekly updates. So I don't figure out how to finesse the credit card payments and all that to make my score boost, but still be able to use it.
Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrich Rosas.
But with the credit card though, like I could use it, I could almost max my joint out and still make it look like I have a zero balance as far as the credit people, because they only check a certain time period. So as long as I don't use it within that time period, I didn't know that until I looked at the Credit Karma weekly joints. Yeah, that's what I'm about to. I think I'm about to get rid of this Capital One card, because I don't think they increase so crazy. Yeah, but not. I got my one increase already, but from what everybody's saying, they don't go past that one increase. I went from 3 to 5, and now with this particular card, anyway, I put it like that. They don't really increase past 5, is what everybody's telling me. Nah, the Quicksilver, is that what it's called?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Like to get your credit.
Now Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Okay,
4 yards the pickup, first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tap it.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need support from our defense here on the right. Got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense.
I tell you what, getting in that car can kind of help with my credit. But then I couldn't get it anymore. And then I thought I had gap insurance. I didn't. So a nigga just had to learn to live off my check.
Here's the former number 2 pick.
And so I forgot that, you know, it'll get better over time. I just started living off my check for like 5 years straight after that. Of what I was getting, I had no credit. But that also hurt my credit too, because then I had no credit. And so that's what I'm trying to do now, is just build it back up. But at least, you know, I ain't got a bunch of delinquencies.
On that last run. They'll try again.
So that just went up about a good 100 points for me over these since December.
Bravo. Jones now operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Okay. Oh, do they? Nah. I was looking at credit 1. But what was the place you said? Virginia Credit. Okay.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Jones from the gun. He'll throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line.
Nice,
Absolutely ideal.
nice,
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Nice.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points.
Mine don't be right.
On the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now a carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Okay.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. We see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13.
I mean, you got to put in for federal.
Stopped them shy of the marker. Thought
so they asked you, what's your tax returns? I ain't got none.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right?
So
Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and call
for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
None of that.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is
I heard they stopped moving medical, too. I heard they used to remove medical, but not no more.
Distance and have a chance to affect the pass.
Like, you still got to pay that now. Eventually, somewhere down the line, it's still going to be on there. It don't just drop off.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one.
I'm going to hop out the party, man. I'll get back in a minute.
Tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action now, Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Undercross. Pilot, 64, weak. Switch gears. 5. Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Here's Riley Dixon now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heat. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Ready?
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And the Giants first down.
Ready, set. 54. Mike 54. You won't see me in your nightmare, son.
On 1st and 10, Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. 54. Hey. That's a screen. Pass. Mike spot 4. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hey, Haywood. Check. Block 54.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. Hey, watch your leg.
Now on 2nd and 16. Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Wide angle. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, it's Tate. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready? 18, Gator. 54, right, 54. Too low, got catch. Mike by 4, Mike by 4, Mike by 4. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go. Hey, orbit.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, Charlie. Get it.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Austin. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. For Zeke, one of first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On 2nd down, Elliott. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off Byron Jones.
Jones pass. Intercepted. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. Prescott looking deep downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here, because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Jones throwing on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check who draw Parker.
On second down now, Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Jones. It's brought in left side by Tate. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. On second down, Barkley. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Yep. Mike 5-4. Ready? 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. General West. Alert flare, flare, flare. Yo, 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 go, go. Hey, Rocket, hit it.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good size run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Jones now throwing on 4th down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they've got it very deep in enemy territory. It's inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Check 26, check 26. No, hard. Shoot.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Leo.
Here's Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together. And
Rosas puts this one through. Back now in Arlington. Well, the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On second down now, it's Elliott. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
He's checking crack. Hey, kill.
Now Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. It's our field. Hey, it's our field. Going to 53. 57's the mic. Rock 57. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long.
Here we go, 47. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be
Prescott from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. Lorenzo Carter Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. Let's go. Kill. Let's go. Kill. 26.
The Cowboys will go. Prescott completes it right side to Cooper. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Back to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Here we go.
Now Prescott. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
36. Switch. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Go.
Again, it's Barkley. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On the run, it's Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for the Giants, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.